Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2, brought to you by the Life Coach Philippines and the Tribe of Life Coaches, certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. Our institute is based in Dallas, Texas, USA, under the leadership of the founder and CEO, Master Coach Lekendra Smalley. We have a local coaching hub here at the Coffee Republic. It's located at Pioneer Street, Capitolio, Pasig City, operated by the global partner, Master Coach A. My name is Coach Teen, and I am your host for this segment too. So, do we have Coach Ram as co-host? So I have here muna Coach Ram with me.
All right. So
Sorry, technical.
for now, I'm Coach Sean. Supporting Coach Team for segment number two. And for segment number two, similar as what we have in segment number one, we have four speakers who will share their stories. So the first speaker, we this is an interesting fact for him. He loves traveling the mountains, climbing, and is a marine engineer by profession. Wow, ang galing nito, ah. He is from batch 36 of certified life coaches. And sabi niya, my first winning song was Habang May Buhay during the Boy Scout District.
So, um, this coach never had a nauseating experience in my seafaring life until one day a fellow coach seafarer invited him for a ride in Enchanted Kingdom. So after experiencing all the rides and stops, he became nauseous. So imagine that he has no seasickness, but when he was riding all the rides in Enchanted Kingdom, he got nauseous. So you
Nahilo.
know, nahilo, nagsuka. So he was also once in a rush to attend a TEDx talk and he ended up using a female cubicle. Yan kasi coaching,
Namali, namali.
sinagpasan. So as a life coach, our first speaker's niche is empowerment. He wants empowerment in community relationships for a better life, and he also wants to empower seafarers and maritime students. So please welcome Coach Vlad Palomo from Iloilo City. Roll video,
Video.
please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for saying yes and taking time to be part of this Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2, brought to you by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneur that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. This talk is a response to the original material of Master Coach A on COVID-19 ROI or Return of Insight. You may watch the replay of the said Kapeha Night episode at Coach A YouTube channel. My name is Change Agent Vlad Palomo, a certified life coach from Iloilo City, certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. I am also a marine engineer by profession, sailing for more than 10 years now, and I empower people in my workplace to live a life that matters. I am grateful to be part of this growing global community of life coaches with a goal to connect and make a positive difference in the lives of different people in our relationship community. In 2019, me and my friends founded Pagkakarbigan Incorporated. This is a community of volunteers for child education. We help schools and students, pupils, elementary pupils, with their in their education through sponsorship. And we are also happy that this community, we are glad that this community is serving these pupils by teaching them and training them some leadership trainings and team building activities. I also am the admin of an FB group, Powerful Tools for a Better Life. As of the moment, we have 380 members, and still, uh, this Facebook group is growing. I am so happy and I'm so glad that this Facebook group is growing and a lot of the members are participating and engaging with the post and with the videos that I am posting every day. My talk for this hour is entitled 1 Hour Notice, a call to take action. For those of you who are not so familiar with this term, 1 hour notice is a master or a captain's order on board the ship given to all the responsible crew. of the vessel as a command, which means that the engineers and the rest of the crew from on deck must prepare the engines and the ship for sailing. Or if the ship is arriving to a port of call, a crew or the crew has to prepare the ship for anchorage or direct docking, or we call it direct berthing. Have you known any seafarer? Is he your father? Is he your husband, your classmate, your neighbor, your friend, your uncle, your brother in law, your sibling, your partner, your boyfriend, or your ex boyfriend, your client, your student, your business partner? Or is it you watching right now? Are you a seafarer? Or are you an OFW? Or do you have any family member or a friend who is an OFW? This talk will give you an insight of the reality and the challenges we face as members of the overseas Filipino workers. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. There are about 1.6 million seafarers worldwide, and the Filipinos belong to the nearly 20% of the total population. This includes those who work in merchant vessels, delivering different types of goods offshore, the men and women in the cruise lines and cargo vessels, and they also belong to the maritime industry. And speaking of the maritime industry, with the current global pandemic, the maritime industry serves as the frontliner in delivering the goods in most parts of the world. I remember during summer, starting July to September, in parts of North America and Europe, our ship travels or sails to the Arctic Circle because during those months, the icy water is navigable. However, starting October, the operation closes because during winter time, there are already thick ices that are forming in the ocean. The ship operations continues to serve different ports. Due to lockdowns of many countries, safety procedures were taken into consideration. Ships that are not allowed to dock or anchor few miles away from the nearest shoreline, and the goods that they deliver are taken by the barges or the small boats. The seafarers, on the other hand, are used to this system since most of us depend on the guidelines or protocols or the rules set by the port authorities. Speaking of our seafarers, a lot of them are facing different challenges as of the moment. Long before the virus has become a pandemic, and now this pandemic has brought a lot of stretching in their lives. There are three types of seafarers facing the challenge right now. I call them the active seafarers, the home based seafarers, and the pending seafarers. Let's get to know them one by one. The active seafarer. The active seafarer or the seafarers who are active are those who are currently sailing on board ships for a month or more. They have already adjusted with the system on board as well as their workmates. They are now constantly updating a lot of infos with regard to COVID-19, with regard to the pandemic. We also have the newly signed on crew or seafarers. These seafarers are the ones who just embarked the vessel a day or days before the lockdown. They might be consider themselves lucky to sign on immediately. There are also seafarers who are already sailing or long due with their contract, already finished with their contract. But because of the lockdown, their contract was extended, and they could either thank the situation for allowing them to have more salary or more money during this pandemic period of pandemic, or given them more worries for their families back home. So these are the active seafarers, the currently sailing, the newly signed on, and or the about to sign off. So let's proceed with the challenges that they are facing. These active seafarers are facing. What are the challenges? First is the allotment delays. With the shipping company based in Manila, or the branch that is in Manila, adopted the work from home process, it will take some time processing the remittance from offices to banks, as everything will take place via online transactions. With those allottees living in the province, especially in the rural areas with no banks, and the city has lockdowns, it will take another few days, a few more days for them to wait for their money to be received. And for the safety, although seafarers are obliged to deliver their goods, safety precautions has to be carried out. In some parts of Africa where the Ebola virus is present, no crew is allowed to go out of the ship, and it will take some days or more days for visitors to embark the ship due to the strict compliance of the quarantine procedures. I experienced that myself. I was not able to go out to the yard to buy my goods, to buy anything that I like, because the port facility, the port authorities are not allowing us to go off board. And those visitors that we have, it will take about 2, 3, 4 days for them to embark the ship because of the strict rules, because of the outbreak of the Ebola virus. Let's proceed with the provisions. Provisions are the food supply on board. We call it provision. If the ship cannot dock to a certain port because of lockdown, the master will request for a barge or supply boat to cater the needs of the crew. However, there are ports that are so far away from the city, which make it difficult for to the ship agent to process the delivery of food for the crew. It will be very difficult, especially if you are in Indonesia. There are lots of loading at anchorage there. So it will take a lot of time for the agent to arrange the food supply for the crew. Let's proceed to the welfare. No shore leave is allowed to ports with high number of COVID-19 cases. With this, the crew is required to stay on board until further notice. This affects the mental health of the crew. If the ship has sailed for, let's say, 15 days or more, there is a need to unwind, no, or to chill outside. With this restriction, staying inside the cabin during breaks is the least you can do. We experienced this when we sailed from Brazil to China. It will take about 40 to 45 days, not including the anchorage days. So, if you sailed for more than 40 days without seeing any shoreline or seeing any piece of land, so it is really quite challenging mentally for a seafarer. And with this pandemic, the staying or the port stay is extended, and at the same time the crew cannot go out, so it is really a challenge for a crew member. He cannot go out, he just stay on board inside his cabin. And for the convenient port, since the lockdown has been carried out in some parts of the globe, there are parts that are not convenient to sign off. My younger brother is working on a cruise ship, said that they are supposed to dock in Italy. However, because there are rising cases of COVID-19 patients in Italy, the ship owner decided not to bring the ship to Italy. With the rising of deaths and positive cases, the company decided to send them home to the Philippines via different route. So the company decided to send them home coming from Brazil, where they first discharged, or they first traveled from parts of Europe, and this crew or these passengers already signed off, and it's time for the crew to be to be given the tickets to go home. So they depart from Brazil, and now they are in the Philippines, carrying out or participating or cooperating with the government, and still in quarantine for 14 days. For the cargo vessels, the crew is expected to extend his or her contract until the ship arrives in port of convenience. So it is really up to the country where you are signing off if they will allow you to go home from their country. If they will not allow, if they won't allow the crew to go home, then it is with the company's discretion to and the master's discretion to send you home to the next convenient port. The next group of seafarers are the home-based seafarers. Or home-based seafarer. These are seafarers who are in the Philippines, either fresh from sign off before the lockdown, they already got home, arrived home, or could either be on extended vacation, and those who are inactive or not sailing anymore, but doing some profitable sideline. When a seafarer is on vacation, or vacation leave, the contract with the company has ended. And most of our seafarers are not receiving a salary or a standby pay. Well, it depends upon the company, but most of the seafarers are not receiving any standby pay. However, there are companies who are offering standby pay, provided that the seafarer has to go back to the ship in a month or two. Well, it depends upon the agreement of the company and the seafarer. So, what are the challenges they are facing right now by these home based seafarers? First is budget or finances. This would probably be on the top list. At the end of the contract, you begin to spend, as a seafarer, at the end of your contract, you begin to spend at the expense of your personal needs. Not only your personal needs, but the needs of your loved ones. You have your house, if you are paying for your house or bills, electric bills, water bills, if you still have trainings to finish or updating courses, or if you have a car, you have a car loan, housing loan, or insurance that you are paying, that would add up to your spending. If you happen to have extended families, that would again add up to your additional spending. Your goal is to help, your goal is to make anybody else happy, isn't it? So, thankfully, there are banks who extended, which extended their loan payments to the customers or to the clients. So they have given, some of them gave a month or 2 months extension for them to pay their bills and their payments. So thanks to those banks that offered that um, mode of payment or extension for our seafarers. Now, let's proceed with a safe environment. Due to the enhanced community quarantine, you are only allowed to go out unless you are a frontliner or the person in charge or the head of the house in charge of buying the goods. For those who can relate, we are exposed to different outbreaks already. For those seafarers, we're exposed to malaria, to cholera, to Ebola virus, and we have been practicing this in our term, no, in our contract as seafarers. For those seafarers who are listening right now, I know for a fact that you already experience a lot of outbreaks depending on what country you are docking. This time it's different. No, as a seafarer, you're experiencing it on board. This time it's different. We are in a physical space with our family. So the tense or the stretching is different. Next is the relationship. Most of the time, truth be told, seafarers are less in physical contact with their family members. It is within the period of adjustment that we somehow struggle. from seldom to often to always, seeing each other every day, starting from the day that the lockdown has been announced. So, are there changes in my son's or daughter's behavior? How about my spouse, my partner? Is there any change that, since every day I am seeing them? So what are the changes? So that is a kind of question that we need to answer as of the moment, because truth of the matter is we cannot always be with them, especially if we are working. And the third and the last group of seafarers are the pending seafarers, or the pending ones. Okay, I just call it the pending because it's not yet finished. These seafarers are on training for compliance, are applicants or stuck in Metro Manila while processing their documents. I have seen a lot of posts from my friends who are stuck in Manila and they wanted to go home. They wanted to come home. However, they need to arrange some chartered flights for them to go home. And when they arrive in Iloilo, they will be also cooperating with the Department of Health and the government for the 14 days quarantine. So these seafarers who are on training for compliance or on training are those who are yet to sign on. However, they need to update with the requirements. Most of the seafarers mostly spend a month, no, in Manila or satellite branches to comply with the in-house training, so that is set by the shipping company, or international required trainings, that is STCW required trainings. And for the applicants, these are the present. The applicants are the fresh graduates, no. So we have the fresh graduates who are yet to graduate this year. However, it was pending because of the pandemic. And the question is, what awaits these guys, those who are applying for the job? So the picture here shows the reality of the seafarers in Manila. This place is in Calao, near the United Nations. This is in Calao, and the seafarers here are applying for jobs. So as of the moment, they are not here. They're not here. They are staying in their respective boarding houses or hotels because of the pandemic, and they cannot go home. So how long are they going to wait? That's the question. For those who are watching this talk, how long? No, what will happen to those companies they are applying for? So what will happen after this pandemic? Are those companies still be in, or they will close the company? There are those who are stuck in the Metro Manila while processing their documents, no, and they are coming from the space of boredom and worries. What is it in their minds right now? If you are a seafarer and you are watching this and you are listening to this, what is it in your mind right now? No, that you are stuck there and you want to go home, but yet it's a little bit impossible. It's difficult. It's a little bit difficult. With the challenges they are facing right now, on top of the list is the budget. Budget is really affected. So some might have been lending money from their family and friends. Some might be anxious about how they will feed their families now. They cannot go home. How about the opportunities for the cadets and those who apply for a new company? They are struggling financially in Manila, and yet this pandemic has extended their struggle, or it really gave a lot of stretching to them. The environment now in Manila might have been filled with fear. I wonder how these seafarers now are coping. How stable is their mental health now? So I wonder how are they right now. We all desire to live a good life. Are you connecting with me? A desire to live a good life. In this trying time where we desire to live a good life and dream of bigger things for ourselves and and the family, we now ponder to the what, the how, and the who in our life. Inspired by the wheel of life, in life coaching, we have this what we call wheel of life, where we have this satisfaction rate of the different aspects of our life. But as seafarer myself, I made this propeller blades. Now I created a version of the wheel of life. I call them the propeller blades. I call it the propeller blades. There are three blades in my propeller, and I focus on what I think where a seafarer myself prioritizes, or what we seafarers are currently focusing in the aspect of our life as a seaman. For a ship to run, the main engine should start, and the main engine is connected to the propeller. The role of this propeller is to move ahead or forward, or astern, or we call it backwards or astern. No. Forward and backward. Ahead, astern. The propeller is giving the ship the movement. Question is, what moves us to keep on? What moves us to keep going? We have we have our career to take care of our finances, to feed our families, and to buy our needs. This is essential for us to move forward and to cater the needs of those who depend on us. Seafaring career is not only limited at sea. Some of our seafarers are serving as professional maritime instructors or in different shipping companies on land. Our health is vital. Being physically fit is a must. One cannot join the ship is he is unfit. We have the regulations posted, or we have the governing body, which is the Department of Health, who is um, giving us the guidelines about our medical. Physical or good physical health helps us to work with endurance, to do hard jobs. We are exposed to long hours of workload. Our mental health is also important in dealing with the stresses like conflicts, shipboard hierarchy. We also have bullying, homesickness, among others. As with relationship, whether on land or at sea, we are we are or we move. We are moving because we belong to a community of different people. From the comfort of our home, we take the inspiration and the motivation to get going. And towards the business of the workplace, we need to mingle and interact with our colleagues. So, relationship is important. These three propeller blades, the career, health, and relationship, work together in keeping a continuous movement of our life or your life as a seafarer. Let's take a moment to pause. To the seafarers who are watching this right now or listening to this talk, let's take a moment to pause. Take a look at the three propeller blades with you at the center, with you at the center of it. Are you at the peak of your career right now? Or are you just starting or stepping up? Are your goals progressing? Are there any other concerns that needs clarity? What do you do to maintain a physically or medically fit body? Or what things are not helping you achieve a physically healthy body right now? Talking about the mental and emotional health, what gives you motivation or inspiration to keep going? How do you cope with the stress and anxiety brought about by the pandemic? How do you respond to your fears? In relationship, what is the status of your relationship right now with your family, with your friends, with your fellow seafarers? How do they help you cope with the changes? What aspect in your relationship that needs more time to heal, more time to rebuild, or more time to restore? How do you spend your time with people you love amidst the physical distancing? Are you with me right now? To advance to the next level, preparedness is one key for us to get going. With these three important prime movers, we need to find out how to fill in the missing pieces or lacking strategies to attain the satisfaction or the fulfillment you wish to achieve. Now is the time to focus on the things that you can do with the available resources and skills you have to continue moving when the next opportunity knocks. Are you really excited, or are you excited for the next opportunity that would come? Now is the time to identify who you need, who you need to journey with, and who you need to help you move forward. This is also the best time to speak up, to listen to, and to learn. A call to communicate. Communicate to understand and be understood. Do a self talk. Create a personal or an assessment. Coordinate with your agencies. In the aspect of health, you can always find somebody to be your fitness coach or to be your health coach for your mental health. Also, you need a life coach like us. You know, you're gonna need a life coach or anybody that you trust to help you understand that you can still be able to serve your purpose and your utmost potential. My dear seafarers, in this particular time, your heart and your mind and your your ability your ability to communicate with yourself and with others is very important. In this particular moment, your time with yourself and loved ones can be your motivation. Let us proceed with a call or the call to take actions. Now, I want you to list down the things that you are going to pursue after this enhanced community quarantine. What is it in your mind right now? What do you plan to do? What goals do you have? You need to set goals to move forward. You need to visualize your what to do's. You need to visualize your how you see yourself one day. No? And of course, you need to put your what to do's and what not to do's. Find that alignment of your resources or your abilities now to your desired outcome. What outcome do you want? What outcome do you like to achieve? With what is present, what is available in you, how will you use them? The next question is, what will you compromise for the sake of your physical, mental, and emotional health? Stretch compromise. How will you help yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally? In the ladder of growth, what specific mindset do you opt to improve or develop? How do you see yourself progressing in terms of your health? How do you see yourself progressing in terms of your career and relationship? What specific mindset that you would like to change or transform after this lockdown, after this enhanced community quarantine? Because I believe that learning new positive habits, learning new positive mindsets, or mindset can help you move faster. It is really really important. Regardless of your rank or your position on board, it is not too late to recalibrate your thoughts, your non-working principles, your limiting beliefs, your ability to do more, your capacity to help, and your courage to face another season of your life. If you are just starting to become a full-fledged seafarer, how beautiful is it or it is to know where you are positioning yourself right now and what will you bring within you in entering this very challenging profession. Our next port of call requires us to comply with the standard requirements set by the authorities and administration. That is the reason why we have the checklist. Before we go or proceed to the next port, before arrival, we have the checklist to fill up, or we need to prepare something because that certain port has requirements. So we need to follow that. The preparation and response that we have as seafarers during this time of, of pandemic is the same response we carry out once the master calls for the 1 hour notice. The ship has to be ready for sailing to her next port or call, and so are dreams. And so are dreams to come into reality. How we are stretched today will eventually help us prepare for the next challenge that is yet to come. The seafaring profession has a lot of rewards. By looking at the picture, a single $100 or $200 can send your child to school, can buy a smartphone, can build a bamboo rest house, can buy you medicines for your loved ones or sick loved ones, can start a good business, can help make a difference in your church, can take you to places. That is because a single bit of it, of the money that you are getting or receiving or earning, are the risk you take, are the pirates you face, are the extra working time you fulfill, are the storms you face at sea, are the numerous people you challenge every single voyage, every single people that affects your activity every voyage. That is the risk you are taking. If these rewards are not taken care of, who will take care of the things we commit helping? If the propeller blades are stained or damaged, what could possibly happen? The picture itself uh, shows that this sick guy from here, a sick seafarer, is experiencing the problem or the consequences because of some wrong decisions, because of he cannot face these challenges himself. Because if we are not taking care of the rewards that we have, the results will not be in favor of us. This picture of a family speaks of how happy life can be together with the people you love. Imagine that this guy is you and the rest are your family members. How would you look at yourself enjoying the rewards of your efforts? How beautiful it is to see your future when you choose to grow now. How beautiful it is to see your future when you decide to take another step of learning. You decide to choose persons who you want to journey with you and help you find that clarity, develop your utmost potential, and see yourself in the future as very successful, as very fulfilled, and as a very happy person. As a seafarer myself, I am so happy and I'm so blessed. And I felt so very blessed because I belong to a community where all of us are being transformed into a better person, into a growing person. That is why it is my pleasure and it will be an honor for me if you'll be part of the growth that I'm having. And I'll be part of that growth. I'll be part of that goal setting. I'll be part of um, that journey where you really wanted to have a brighter future, a bright future for your family and for yourself, a positive mindset, a positive mental health, a good venue for you to be able to grow as a person and for you to be able to be understood without judgment and with understanding and acceptance. If you need a coaching service, you may reach me through the following platforms. I have the email address, the Facebook account, the Instagram, and my mobile numbers. Or you may also visit our coaching hub, the Decap Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center Compound, Capitolio, Pasig City. We offer 24 by 7 coaching service on demand. Yes, yes, it's 24 by 7. 24 by 7 actively and happily waiting for those guys who are willing to go and ask for help, or if you need someone to talk to. We are offering coaching service on demand. You may call 0917-586-1661. This is the number to call, and we will be happy to serve you. Or visit the Life Coach Philippines Facebook page or www.globalcoachentrepreneur.org to know more about life coaching and life coach certification program. My heart is blessed with the beauty of this profession, the seafaring profession. And now I am happy that I'm also part of this growing global community of life coaching. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to bless you with the things that I know about this maritime profession. I hope that those seafarers right now who are listening, I hope to see you one day and I hope to journey with you. Thank you and God bless everyone.
There you go. That was Coach Vlad. Coach Ram, now finally I have you here with me.
Yes, yes, Coach
What
Tin. Good
happened
morning.
earlier?
Good morning. Yeah. Some technical problems.
Yeah. So, Coach Ram, I really didn't know that there were three types of seafarers. For me, it's only one category, seafarers, marino. So you see, parang ang dami palang challenges na nai-encounter ng mga seafarers or ng mga OFWs natin. And Coach Blood was able to really trim down the challenges that they encounter when in terms of the allotments, the provisions, the safety, the welfare, the health, and the convenient port. Medyo nagdo-nosebleed ako, Coach, kasi hindi ako familiar dun sa ibang terms, like direct
Ah, ah,
berthing, di ba?
Yan, totoo coach. Sa mga hindi talaga alam yung profession ng seafarer, medyo
Yeah.
bago yung mga terms sa kanila, tapos hindi nila alam mismo yung sistema. So ako, nakarelate naman ako sa inano ni Coach Vlad kasi parehas naman kami ng profession. So yun, na ano ko siya, nagets ko siya dun sa mga points na gusto niyang ipaabot. So
Yeah.
lalo na
So,
dun sa iba-ibang klase nga ng ng seafarers na meron ngayon.
seafarers. Yeah. So, madami pala talaga kayo, like 1.6 million or 20% of the Filipinos ba? So, alam mo yon na ang dami nating dapat gawin to prepare talaga yung mga nasa maritime, no? And how are they now that we have the COVID-19? How are they facing the challenges, especially kung nasa barko sila na, sabi nga ni Coach Vlad, usually you have to like have 15 days kunwari sailing ka for 15 days or 30 days, and after that you have to really unwind and go out of the ship. So paano sila ngayon, di ba? So
Mm.
anong action kaya ang pwede nilang i-take para after ng lockdown ay okay pa din sila?
And actually, and depende rin kasi yung ganong sitwasyon from
Mm-mm.
case to case basis. Meron kasing mga barko na mahabaan yung biyahe, mayroong 15 days, mayroong 30 days, up to 40 days. Meron naman yung medyo mas maiigsi, oras lang or 1 to 3 days lang nasa puerto na uli. Ang ano diyan, ang nangyari nga ngayon dahil dun sa COVID-19, yung global
Yep.
pandemic. So bawal yung shore leave, bawal yung mga pati yung pagtanggap ng bisita sa barko, medyo limited and then lang, for a very short time lang. So para sa mga seafarers siguro talaga na na nahihirapan, malaking tulong yung internet
The
ngayon
online community.
kasi nakaka-connect sila sa family nila kahit papaano. Hindi naman nila kailangan. Although kasi karamihan din sa seafarers ngayon, ah naman mas gusto na nilang mag-connect sa family nila imbis na lumabas kasi yung iba, may iba na yung gastos lang yung pagka lumabas kung saan pumunta, papasyal, kakain, baka kung ano-ano pa yung mabili. So yung iba, they opt to stay on board naman. Pero yung iba talaga, depende kasi sa tao, merong iba talaga na kailangan pagdating sa puerto na ganito, lalo na kung medyo maganda yung lugar, yun, papasyal,
Mm.
magpipicture, mag-ano. So para sa nila, is ang pinakamaganda nilang pag-cope up na pwedeng gawin is make themselves busy as much as possible.
Yep.
Meron namang gymnasium sa barko. So yun, focus sila sa pagpapalakas ng sarili nila, ng katawan nila, ng immune system. Yun yung isang sa magandang gawin nila na dahil nga hindi naman makalabas, mag-focus, yun yung pinakamagandang time na mag-focus sila sa health. Strengthen themselves, yan,
Yeah.
physically and mentally. Yan.
So, ayun. Ang ganda lang nung background ni Coach Vlad about the maritime life. And yun. So, later on po, we still have another speaker because we have three speakers in a row. So, for those watching, please do join us. We have a 40-hour run that will continue until April 6th or at that will last until 4 p.m. of April 6th. So we have 40 change agents, 40 transformational messages, and 40 hours of non-stop learning. So please join us. You can also watch us at our Coach A coaching community, or we also have the Coach A page at YouTube and also the Coach AI Connect. You can also um, watch us there. So by the way pala, nagustuhan ko din yung sinabi ni Coach Vlad na propeller tools, the propeller blades. Yun yung parang wheel of life niya, no? So
Yun yung
yun.
ginawa niya Wheel
So
of Life sa
later on, tatanungin natin si Coach Vlad sa panel kung ano nga ba talaga yun. So okay, Coach
Oo.
Ram, thank you for joining me. Babalik pa po tayo. We will be back after 5 minutes. We'll just take a 5-minute break. And then we'll get to our next speaker for segment 2.
Okay. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2, brought to you by the Life Coach Philippines and the Tribe of Life Coaches, certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. Our institute is based in Dallas, Texas, USA, under the leadership of the founder and CEO, Master Coach Lakendra Smalley. We have a local coaching hub here at DCAP Coffee Republic, operating 24 by 7 online coaching service on demand, and it is operated by the Global Partner Master Coach A. My name is Coach Tindy Hoya, and I am your host for this segment too.
Hello, good morning everyone. I am Coach Ram, co-hosting segment 2 with Coach Tin. So we have four speakers per segment, and our second speaker uh, uh, shares these interesting facts about herself.
Yun, Coach F is from the media industry and works as a news correspondent. She loves teaching, public speaking, traveling, building teams, and inspiring others. She has over 20
Yes, and yeah, and one thing more, she has a chicken drumstick birthmark on her left arm because according to her mom, she craved for it during pregnancy. So I don't know if it's some chicken joy or maybe mang inasal, no? So she wanted to be a minimalist, but she also considered shopping as a therapy. So our second speaker works on women and children empowerment. She wants to inspire and guide women in their career, health, and family life.
Hello.
She also believes in the power of youth, the next generation to have a better world. Please welcome Coach F. Del Mundo Purisima. So roll video, please.
Hi, and thank you for saying yes and taking time to be part of this Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2 brought to you by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneur that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. And this talk is a response to the original material of Master Coach A on COVID-19 ROI or Return of Insights. You may watch the replay of the said Kapihan Night episode at Coach A YouTube channel. And I am Change Agent F. And aside from being a life coach, I'm a journalist, a reporter, a wife, a working mother of two kids. One is a toddler and a baby, and we do not also have a helper, so we are yaya-less. I still tandem feed my kids, I breastfeed them, and we homeschool our firstborn. So it's more on multitasking, more on juggling household chores too. So how do I survive and how do we survive? We don't know, but thank God for the energy and thank God because we survive daily. Okay, so we're going to talk about inner flow, how to charge your energy from flow to finish. It's actually conquering the COVID 19 challenge. Let us start with a story first. A man in his hospital bed. He is worried, saying, it is just a simple fever at home, and it progressed into a terrifying fight for my life in a hospital. There's fever and difficulty in breathing. I'm feeling weak, helpless, isolated, and alone. The worst is I'm asthmatic, diabetic, and hypertensive. I am feeling scared, thinking of the thoughts of what if I can't make it? What will happen to my family? I am not ready. I have other plans. I'm scared to death. The story is about a COVID fighter. He said, I was already giving up and was preparing myself for the worst. My wife was crying, but she kept saying, Laban, kaya mo yan. She told me to pray together and just concentrate on getting better, telling me to repeat, gagaling ako. May purpose ako. Gagaling ako. May purpose pa ako. But after enduring several days of medicine, tests, and an immense amount of pain in the hospital, you received the greatest news on day 14, the end of quarantine. He's asymptomatic and for discharge. Now, he said, I'm just happy to be alive. I will take this opportunity to cherish my family and loved ones more, to be a better person, and to live life to the fullest. And that is patient 358. He said, and he conquered it. I'm a COVID 19 survivor. That's Rogelio Bueno Jr. We may not be a victim of COVID 19, that we become ill, but somehow we can relate to him. How we become afraid, how we wanted to survive. Maybe you have a loved one who suffered, or you lost someone dear to you during this pandemic. Or maybe you were just not used to be isolated and be inside your house during this enhanced community quarantine. Or you suffer financially for no work, no pay. This is not simply your routine. Everything seems to be different. This is not your lifestyle. Whatever it is that let you felt down, what makes you worries, what are your anxieties, like you, I also experience it. I have a 3 year old and 7 months old. I have more to worry. I caught myself looking from afar, can't help but cry. I also have consistent disturbed sleep, and my insomnia is actually getting worse. I also have a brother, a nurse who is a frontliner, so I also worry about him. My parents are senior citizens, and we ask them to temporarily go to the province first. And I also think about them. And I also go to places during ECQ or Enhanced Community Quarantine. I interview others. I had JICA for several days. And I was thinking, did I really catch the virus? Or this is just an allergy? But but when on field, I have to wear mask, goggles. So many things going on my mind. And thank God for my faith in God, my prayers. Thank God that one day at a time, I'm surviving. Like me, like you, everyone's still fighting and surviving, and life goes on. Because our life is precious, and you are precious. So we are thinking ahead of the greater days. We are dreaming of the greater days ahead of us, a brighter day, brighter tomorrow. So let me share with you a mindset that I am living. Where can our energy be used wisely? That starts with letter E. Enhance yourself, including your skills, your talents, your hobbies. Be the better version of you, the version 2.0, your stronger self. Find your passion. Know yourself, what you really want. Discover your skills. What are you good at? Hone your talents. Practice. If you're into drawing, practice drawing. Singing, continue singing. Continue discovering yourself and enhancing the talents and skills that God gave you. Know your passion. What are you good at? What are you happy about doing it? Doesn't feel like work, but you're just playing. Take a moment to think about it. You can write it down. You can make a checklist of what you really wanted to do in your life. Enhance your skills. Next, if you already enhance your skills, enhance yourself, that is the end. It's a new you, a better you, a stronger you. You can never take anything for granted. You are the better version than yesterday. So we're looking forward to the better version of yourself. You can say to yourself, I am better than yesterday. I can be the best that I can be. E. Another E is essentials. Think of what is important in your life. Right now, is it really money? Is it really your work? Or is it your family, your friends, your relatives, your loved ones? Think of what is essential and enjoy. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment with your kids, your family. Have fun with them. Play with them. This is a special time. Your kids might forget what is really happening right now, but they will not forget how you made them feel. So cherish the moments with your loved ones. Letter R, it's recharge, rest, and be ready. Rest your mind. Ready for more challenges. Think of only happy thoughts, fun memories. You can stop browsing in your news feeds with negatives, negative thoughts, ranting, or complaining. Look at the brighter side. You can recharge. You can shut off, shut down every gadgets that you have. Reconnect with yourself. Next, G is for grateful heart. Do you really have a grateful heart? Do you think of all the very, very, very positive things that you have? Or do you think of the blessings? You can write down all the blessings. I have a journal and I always write every day what are the things that I'm grateful for. Surprisingly, I really, really have a long list. I hope you also do a long list, do have a long list. And I will add the letter G is God. For me, God is with me. And for you too. There is a supreme being. Our spiritual life also matter. So reconnect, pray, meditate. G is another goal. What is your plan after enhanced community quarantine? Or after this pandemic is over? What is your vision? Why? You can do it. You, yes, you say, I can do it. You can do everything. I like the verse Philippians 4:19 or 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So you can also have your own verse. You can also have your own motto in life that can help you to learn how to survive or do the things. So with this one, you will have your energy. You can recharge your energy and you can go and flow from the start, from going to the finish line. So, how can we reach the brighter days? So, how about you? How can you reach the brighter days? Let us analyze. What is consuming your energy lately? Do you think is it worth it? And how can you make use of your energy? How can you make use of yourself to conquer the challenges? Are you living your life to the fullest? Did you fulfill your life's purpose? Or are you still fulfilling it or still thinking about your purpose in life? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. For those who have so many worries, anxieties, or anything that goes on their mind, it's great that you're going to pause and ask yourself, am I using my time wisely? Am I using my energy? Or I'm just living and just going with the flow and feels like nothing, feels stagnant. But yes, if you feel like I am not living, it is never too late. We all need someone in our journey to surpass our trials. The good news is you can hold on to someone who can help. I would like to share or end with a story, a true story about a nurse in an ICU. And she said she's actually narrating one of her moments with a patient. So that's the patient is he's trying to make a high five. So just like the hand gesture five, I asked him. He repeated high five. gesture again, and now a little longer. Sir, sorry, I can't understand. What are you trying to say? High five? Do you want a high five? So I raised my hand, mimicking him, and then he reached out for the hand and held it as he lowered in his bed. The patient cannot talk. It's in the ICU. So there's a tube placed in his airway and unable to communicate. So and even writing, and so they are just using signs and hand signals. And let's continue. So she said, I raised my hand and mimicking him. And then he held it as he lowered in the bed. It's like this. I realized he was trying to say, wait, what do you want? So she just stayed in the room, and then we held our hands for minutes and closed the eyes. Closed his eyes as if taking all the comfort and assurance. He held in the hand, holding her hand. And then she said, I took this time to lead him into prayer. Then we held hands in silence for a moment. Then I watched him utter his own prayer to the Lord. And there went his usual signs, a thumbs up and a nod. So this is the good news. I ended my shift with both of us in agreement that Jesus alone saves. So in the story, the nurse gave salvation, or the nurse introduced salvation to the patient. And there is a comfort, there is the joy, and there is a looking at the brighter side of everything. Even very tired, even very sad, or she's full of worries. But then after the long day, after being tired, with the good news, with someone, when she knew that she actually helped someone, everything is worth it. Her energy is worth it. So the update for the patient, he is extubated, meaning the tubes in his airway is already pulled out. And that's a progress. And she said it's praise God, and it's actually hashtag good news 2020. So just like you, we all need someone. Just like the patient, we all need someone to help us, to be with us. Thank God for for all the frontliners that actually helping us and using us. And of course, please don't also forget your mental health. Your thoughts, it really, really can affect you. Your physical activities, your health, it can really affect you. And so, as life coaches, we can also help you if you need coaching service. You can reach me through my FB page. It's Faith Del Mundo. And my email address is delmundo.faith@gmail.com. You can also contact me at 0908-897-3084. So if you need a coaching service, you may reach me through contact details. Faith Del Mundo is my page, or 0908-897-3084. It's 0908-897-3084. Or you may visit the Coaching Hub. It's at D Cup Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center, Compound Capitolia, Pasig City. And we offer 24/7 coaching service on demand. You can also call or text 0917-586-1661. That is the number to call, and visit Life Coach Philippines or www.globalcoachentrepreneur.org to know more about life coaching and life coach certification program. And God bless you all. Take care and keep safe. Bye.
And we're back.
Ah,
Naririnig niyo na ba ako?
yan, yan. Okay na, coach.
Yan.
Mas narinig na.
Kanina talaga may technical problem. Bakit ba ganun?
Ah,
Anyway, Coach, I really like the story that was shared by Coach F, no? It was really so touching. Yung una, yung COVID survivor, and then
yes.
yung pangalawa din, yung isang bagong patient na who was really holding on and parang gusto niyang may kahawak kamay habang naghihintay ng comfort. Sabi nga ni Coach F, Jesus alone saves. So that's equal salvation. And I like the fact din na binigyan tayo ni Coach F ng energy. Ano ba yung energy? Kita mo ba
Yes,
yan,
totoo.
Coach?
Totoo 'yun, coach. Kasi ano naman meron naman talaga tayong energy. Ang ano lang is stagnant ba yung energy natin or moving ba 'yan para 'yun yung magda-drive sa atin, no? Habang nandito tayo sa enhanced community quarantine. And then
Mhm.
yun nga, gusto ko rin yung story na shinare niya,
Mhm.
lalo na yung sa dulo, yung sinabi
Yeah.
nga niya na yung naging instrument yung nurse para ma-introduce dun sa patient yung yung salvation. So, yun
Yep.
talaga. Kaya marami talagang pwedeng gamitin si Lord na tao para i-touch yung heart natin, yung life natin. So, tayo as a life coach, hindi natin alam kung sino yung mga pwede nating matouch at this very moment or sa mga susunod pang araw. So, as life coach, continue lang natin talaga yung mga ginagawa natin na pag-share ng magagandang mga news, yung mga ginagawa natin na ganito. So maganda, maganda siya. Maganda epekto niya
Yeah.
sa mga ibang tao.
Kaya nga, Coach Ram, ginagawa natin tong Global Virtual Coaching Summit to really spread 40 stories, 40 transformational messages to help out our brothers and sisters out there who are losing hope or losing faith. Kaya ginagawa natin to. So, ang ganda lang nung ano niya nung meaning niya nung energy. Inisa-isa niya talaga 'yon. So, later
Yes.
on makakausap din natin si Coach F. She will be joining us in the panel.
Yes.
So, yun, we will be, Coach Ram, we will be back in 5 minutes for the third speaker kasi we
Yes.
need to really be able to let them speak, all of them. So, for everyone out there watching, please do visit our page. You can watch, we have the 40-hour run will continue until April 6th at 4 p.m. We have 40 change agents, 40 transformational messages, and 40 hours of non-stop learning. We are also streaming to 2 YouTube channel. We have Coach A and Coach AI Connect. So you can catch us there. We also have it through Life Coach Philippines. So we'll be back. We'll get back to you in 5 minutes for our third speaker.
Third
See you,
speaker.
Coach Ram.
Okay. Thank you, coach. See you later.
Yep. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2, brought to you by the Life Coach Philippines and the Tribe of Life Coaches, certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. Our institute is based in Dallas, Texas, USA, under the leadership of the founder and CEO, Master Coach Lakendra Smalley. We have a local coaching hub here at Decaf Coffee Republic, operated by the global partner Master Coach A. My name is Coach Tindy Hoya, and I am your host for this segment.
Hello again. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Coach Ram, co-hosting with Coach Tin for this segment. So we are now on the third part of our speakers. So we have four speakers, and this is the third one. And our third speaker have shared these interesting facts about her.
Well, our next speaker will be talking about power, the power of five moving forward after COVID-19. And she is from batch 32. She loves swimming and also cooking during her free time and reading self-help books and watching parenting talks. Sabi niya nga, she can talk 120 words per minute. She's always hungry and she loves to laugh. Kaya mo yun, Coach Ram?
Ang bilis niya magsalita. Hindi ko kaya yun. Yan. So our third speaker is an entrepreneur and a life coach as well, siyempre. And as a life coach, she empowers people to discover their self-love. So kindly welcome Coach Jocelyn Ocampo. Roll video, please.
Thank you for saying yes and taking the time to be part of this Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2, brought to you by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. This talk is a response to the original material of Master Coach A on COVID-19 ROI or Return of Insight. You may watch the replay of the said Kapihan Night episode at Coach A YouTube. Hello! I am Change Agent Jocelyn Ocampo, certified life coach, a single mom who gave up her corporate job to discover herself and to enjoy the real beauty of life. Currently, we are waiting for this pandemic to come to an end. Everyone is praying for healing, restoration, solutions, and all of us can go back to what we call normal life. Hashtag business as usual. As we move forward, how are you going to share your light in this new world? Is it true power? If so, what kind of power? Allow me to share how I knot with the power values in the rope of my life. As I grip in these values and strengthened me, power stands for positivity, obedience, wisdom, empathy, and resilience. Let's start with positivity. What are the ways to become more positive? First, be kind to yourself. Then, start a daily gratitude practice. I would like to share my story. A few days ago, I was hit by negative thoughts. What if I got sick? Who will look after my kids? The fear of what will happen tomorrow, I couldn't sleep well. Initially, I tried to resolve on my own, but it didn't help me. What I did was to connect to my fellow coaches, shared my experience, and they helped me to express a gratitude heart daily. And as I woke up, I say aloud to myself intentionally, be kind to yourself, Joy. Smile. Life is beautiful. Every morning after my prayer, what I do is write in my journal the things or events that I am grateful for, whether in the present moment or from the past. I even pulled out memories from the past, how positivity worked in my life. The situation of a housewife with two kids, a very rough married relationship, financial difficulties, and how to make ends meet. A mother can move mountains when her heart is pumped up and can do millions of possibilities. Every day I notice something new. My current scenario at home is we're like a BPO in terms of waking up. I am the morning person. My eldest daughter at midshift, while my son and youngest daughter are a night owl. This time, we don't have a body clock to think of. You know, honestly, I can control them. What I'm grateful for is they were creative in their own way of managing their own space. And I love that. Next, how I'll find myself optimistic. My kids would suggest watching cartoons to improve my imagination, to laugh, and just enjoy it. And I also found myself enjoying live streams, informative talks of my fellow life coaches. What else? What I do to add positivity to my friends was I create questions and allow them to express their thoughts and ideas and share happy stories. And of course, we need to eat, exercise, sleep well as first armor, as our first armor. Question: how are you going to spread positivity this pressing time? Moving on to our second power, obedience. I remember my story, how I resonate with this value. I grew up with no parents around. I need to be kind, good, patient, name it, so I can get along with my relatives. I call it hashtag earnedly hardship. The more trials came in when I got married and had kids. Juggling time as a career mother, combined stress from work and at home made me sick, and I underwent three major operations, a broken relationship, and I asked God, why are these hardships happening in my life? As I pray and heard God's voice through Holy Spirit, it has kept me going. I hold on to that promise. I kept myself busy working, mom, house, routine, duty. I continue doing the right thing as integrity unfolds in me. I surrender everything to God. My faith grew stronger. I still do what I do now because I believe that obedience brings blessings. I am forever grateful how God orchestrated the people who created an impact along with my journey. And true enough, Jesus is faithful to his promise. Third is wisdom, cultivating humility that makes men as angels. It is when we review our actions against the language of pride. We embrace that we need help and we can ask for help when we need it. True humility shows my authenticity and vulnerability. By sharing my story, I can easily get help and helping others as well. Right now, I am looking for those willing to become a reseller of cold cuts as part of my small business, extend help, and we can both generate income once lockdown will be finished. And one of the objectives as well as to promote the product name to spread around the city. Like our current situation with the lockdown and the COVID-19, we're living with uncertainty. We should learn to accept what we can't control. We can always start from small, then progress. So we began to embrace the moment of now. Next is next wisdom is practice patience. How? It's time to take a pause. Also by practicing deep breath and thinking before you speak and be mindful. And last is taking care of your health. Again, we need to exercise, eat, and getting enough sleep are very important. Moving on with empathy. Given that through empathy, a lot of skills is strengthened in us. I have no idea what is empathy all about until I work in a customer service oriented company. One experience I couldn't forget was when a subscriber complained of non-delivery of service. One agent missed the schedule that was confirmed to the subscriber. As I handled the concern, what can I do initially was to apologize for the inconvenience. But she answered back with this: eat your apology, swallow it. I tried to manage the stress by negotiating, offering a callback, so coordination and collaboration with the dispatch team will take place. As I deliver the needs, we end up emotional connection along with the conversation over the phone. And day by day, I develop empathy in my line of work. At home, I try to negotiate with my kids as I started to accept their personalities and boundaries. Listening with the heart, show respect and no judgment. It, it was when I began to love myself, transformation began, and the ripple effect took place in my relationship with them. Empathy is more likely to practice by life coaches, where I see myself love to talk and to connect. Life coaching made a magical transformation in me, where I too can share the experience to others. Especially now, a lot of challenges are happening, and we need to take care of our mental wellness first and foremost. Last but not the least is resilience. How to be more resilient when things get tough. Do you still remember what was your action in the first few days of lockdown? Okay, let me share 5 ways to build your resilience. First, asking yourself, what is my purpose in life? I remember when I was asked with this question, I don't know where to find and catch my answer. As I learned to focus on what matters and bringing clarity, I now know what is my purpose. Second, believe in yourself. Where self esteem plays an important role in coping with stress. Remind yourself of your strengths and accomplishments. Third, develop a strong social network. It is important to have people you can confide in. Support system is very important, knowing that they are around for you. Fourth, is embracing change. As we embrace change, we learn a lot. Change always creates positive outcomes. And one of the changes I've experienced was a transition from customer service to an IT industry. It was tough, really tough, and it tested me. According to Napoleon Hill, whatever the mind can conceive and believe can achieve. Last, fifth is to stay tough. to face your fears and take the risk. It is when the tougher the situation, the tougher you become. As I stood as a single mom, it is very rewarding to see the seeds I planted grow in my child's life. From a go-go person, I managed to slow down and enjoy every bit of the moment. I hope this power values has helped and will continue to help you deal with this uncertainty. It sure has helped me a lot in building better connections with people and change of perspective. Thank you. If you need coaching service, you may reach me through 0917-628-1972 or PM me through Messenger. Or you may visit the coaching hub, D-Cup Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center Compound, Capitolio, Pasig City. We offer 24 by 7 coaching service on demand. 0917-586-1661 is the number to call. Visit Life Coach Philippines or www.globalcoachentrepreneur.org to know more about life coaching and life coach certification program.
There you go. Thank you, Coach Joy. I just want to acknowledge the coaches that we have online. We have Coach K, we have Coach Rizel, and of course, Coach Ems, Coach Shari. Hashtag Gems, andito po sila online. Thank you for supporting.
Thank
So,
you.
yun. Coach Ram, what can you say about the power of five, the not it with the power? Yun
Yan.
yung pang-nut
So,
niya eh, yung values na sinabi niya kanina. Yung
so
positivity, obedience,
obedience,
wisdom,
yan.
empathy, and
Empathy
resilience.
and yan. So, yun talaga very important talaga yung ano na yun, yung mga points ni Coach Jocelyn dun sa ano na yun. Ah, kailangan talaga natin lahat 'yon para maka-survive tayo dito sa panahon ngayon na ano, itong global pandemic. And then ano rin siya, nakakatulong siya mentally and then
Mm,
which is important talaga kasi marami naman diyan is ano eh, 'yun ang nagiging problema, yung hindi sila sanay sa ganitong
yeah.
setup na nasa bahay lang tapos maya-maya kahit na sabi mong work from home ka kasi yung iba ano eh mag magla-login sa work saglit
Yep.
after ilang minutes break na kaagad kasi nasa bahay naman eh. So parang ano rin eh. So yun yung
Yeah.
nagiging ano nila. So okay yung power of five na sinabi ni Coach Joe. Parang akala ko nga power of love eh.
Power of five.
Power of five pala.
Because
Tapos
yun
may
yung pang-nut, the values
uh,
that you need to nut with the power of five. Kasi
uh,
nga, positivity, we have to see the positive in our current situation. Huwag natin tingnan na
mm,
lahat complaints. The
tama.
obedience to do it, obey the government, the mandate, and do
Correct.
something about following it. The wisdom, gamitan din natin ng talino. Especially
Uh,
pag sa mga onlines natin, piliin natin i-filter.
tama.
And then empathy, matuto pa din tayong tingnan kung ano yung nangyayari sa kapwa natin. Huwag naman
Yes.
nating huwag lang. And then
Yeah, hindi sa
resilience,
sarili lang.
the
Yeah.
time to adjust, yung adjustment natin, kailangan nating mag-adjust sa bawat sitwasyon. So, hi din kay Maria Christine Reyes. She is
Uy.
actually listening from Ilagan, Isabela. Thank you so much for
Hello.
joining.
Thank you. Good morning.
Ayan, Coach Ram, we're down now to our last speaker of the day
Yes.
for this segment lang. Kasi may
Uh,
40 hours po tayo na continuous learning with our 40
yan.
change agent and
Yan.
40 transformational messages.
Yan.
So to everyone out there, you can watch us at Coach A YouTube channel and the Coach A I Connect. You can also have us at Life Coach Philippines. So yun, we'll be back in 5 minutes, Coach Ram, para
Yes.
sa ating final speaker for the
This
segment
segment.
2.
Yes.
See ya!
See you.
Great morning, everyone. Welcome back to Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2, brought to you by Life Coach Philippines and the Tribe of Life Coaches certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. Our institute is based in Dallas, Texas, USA, under the leadership of the founder and CEO, Master Coach Lekendra Smalley. We have a local coaching hub here at Decaf Coffee Republic, operated by the global partner, Master Coach A. My name is Coach Tin Di Hoya, and I am your host for this segment too.
Hello, good morning, and I am Coach Ram, and I'm co-hosting this segment with Coach Tin. So we are now down to the last speaker for this segment, number 4 speaker, and our speaker have shared these interesting facts about herself.
Yun. Our coach for today, our fourth speaker, will be talking about famine action when mind over matter really matters. So she is from batch 32. Coach M is a resort and events owner. She loves cooking and experimenting on different types of dishes. She enjoys reading and watching inspirational content. She also loves organizing spaces. And although Coach M is an undergraduate who thrived and became an entrepreneur managing two family resorts.
Uy, wow, mapuntahan yan after nitong ECQ.
Tama.
Yan. Discount. Yan. So, no, because of her industry and her love for cooking, she also started her own catering business back in 2017. Ayan, so punta ka na doon sa resort nila, may libre pang pakain to. No? So, she is also an inspiring or aspiring YouTuber and influencer who focuses on clearing minds through cleaning and organizing. So, huwag nyo kalimutang mag-subscribe sa YouTube channel niya. So, our fourth speaker works on mindfulness. It's more of helping a person to be in the moment and have peace of mind. So, please let us all welcome our fourth and last speaker for this segment, Coach Maya Emerald Bihag. So, roll video please.
Welcome to Mom in Action, when mind over matter really matters. Thank you for saying yes and taking the time to be part of this Global Virtual Coaching Summit Part 2, brought to you by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneur that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. This talk is a response to the original material of Coach A on COVID-19 ROI or Return of Insight. You may watch the replay of this Kapihan Night episode at Coach A's YouTube channel. I am change agent MB Hag, an entrepreneur, a mom of two, and a business coach. I'm also an advocate of helping others live a joyful and stress free life. In Master Coach A's talk, she mentioned the gymnasium, and we all know that it is a big place and a lot is happening all at the same time. Just imagine how it can be very overwhelming and would be difficult to focus on just one thing, especially with all the mixed emotions and seeing everyone's different reactions. This is very similar to what we are experiencing right now. I want to share with you the things that can help you get through this emotional state due to the current COVID-19 pandemic. We have to be ready to face it even after losing jobs and businesses. Yes, on this situation, it is very typical to overthink and worry about what's going to happen next. But remember, you can always shift this mind over matter. I remember my usual experience when I started this mindful practice. And I'm sure majority of you have experienced this. Washing the dishes after cooking or after meal, and while doing so, your mind floats and starts to think about what your next task is. Either you need to clean the house, or you have to do the laundry, What's the plan for the next day? Or maybe you just have a project that you need to finish. Or maybe you had to run some errands that you have to list. Then, boom! Suddenly, the drinking glass slipped your hand and was shattered to pieces. Then you thought, what just happened? You can't remember what really happened because you were not present in that moment. You were not paying attention to what you were doing. This is exactly what the majority are experiencing because of the current pandemic. Heads and minds are very busy worrying about what's gonna happen next. Do we still have food for the family? How long will this last? When will we get the help from the government? And so on. We do have a lot of questions in mind. But if we really think about it, the answer to those questions are all indefinite, unsure, and out of our control. But despite that, everyone still started panic buying. Little by little, the shelves in the supermarket started to empty. Alcohol's gone, sanitizers, cleaning supplies, then bread, eggs, all gone. I remember going in the supermarket to buy our essentials. Then people were hoarding the alcohol. I tried to get one piece, but it was impossible. They were already pushing each other, and there was no social distancing because everyone wants to grab one. So I stepped back and thought to myself, why should I panic? Why am I trying to get this alcohol knowing that there are other ways to sanitize and disinfect? I stopped and breathed. Just 3 deep breaths. Then I told myself, it's okay. I understood the present moment. People are anxious and stressed with this pandemic in mind. They are scared. But isn't it crazy? Pushing others for rubbing alcohol. Sometimes we really do crazy things because of the stress, fear, and anxiety that we feel. We become reactive to situations that are out of our control. Remember, negativity isn't going to bring you anywhere when it comes to strengthening your mind to overcome the pain, challenges, or other obstacles. That is why it is important to develop a healthy and positive attitude and mindset. If you are pessimistic, then this might be a challenge. But if you change to positive thoughts whenever you notice negativity coming along, you can actively work towards changing your mindset. Let's go deeper. When you say mind over matter, what comes to your mind? Well, the simple definition of mind over matter is using willpower to overcome physical problems or limitations. And in most situations, we can also use it for emotional, mental, and spiritual challenges. We are usually so busy with what's going on in our lives that we rarely stop and just observe what's going on around us. Practicing this for a small time every day can teach us to appreciate life at a slower pace. But now, with this pandemic, we have more time to appreciate and to observe. Put down your phone, turn off the TV, and take a moment to sit or stand quietly. Observe and appreciate all that is happening around you. One reason why mind over matter doesn't work to some is because they can't get over failures that they experienced in the past. They believe that because things didn't work out before, they probably aren't going to work out in the present or future. By removing this way of thinking and focusing on changing things for the better, you are much more likely to see success with your willpower. For example, if you have failed finishing, let's say, a craft project in the past, give yourself motivation and tell yourself you're going to do it. Don't allow yourself to stop. This will surely reach that goal. Your core values will be a big part of this. It could be integrity, competence, efficiency, resourcefulness, etc., which will bring us to a more stable way of life, irrespective to the adversities that come along the way. I can discuss this topic further on core values. Let me know in the comments if you want to have another talk about core values solely. Talk to yourself. The dialogue you have with yourself is an important tool to achieve mind over matter. Tell yourself you can do it and be your biggest cheerleader. If you believe in yourself, you're more likely to conquer your challenges. We all know that the past cannot be changed, but we also have to remember that the future cannot be forced as well. And all we have is a present moment. And right now, with the pandemic that we are dealing with, there is really no certainty of the future and how long the situation will last. Now, in this present moment, you can choose to enjoy and savor it or choose to stay anxious and miserable. The choice is yours. That's why we call it responsibility, because it is responsibility, which means the ability and freedom to choose our response to any given situation. When we see the world or things around us, especially our current state, they are not what they really are or how it's influenced by your sight. What's important is how you perceive, understand, and interpret it. My number one practice to overcome stress and anxiety is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to stay in the present moment and evaluate your thoughts in a non judgmental state. It expands your ability to take on stress in a more healthy way. Did you ever experience being stressed and then everyone around you seemed stressed to you as well? Mindfulness will give you the tools to be calm and present and will help you evaluate your acting, feeling, or thinking. It allows us to be more compassionate instead of reacting. We become more empathetic instead of being in conflict. We can be more collaborative instead of being self centered. We become more self aware. These are the gifts of mindfulness. It builds compassion for others, which is very important, especially in our current situation. Our decisions will not be focused on reactions. We are able to anticipate how those decisions help or hinder the healing process for the society or community and relationships. I'll give you an example. Look at this picture. It's a blurry something, right? This is the same as what we feel if we are stressed and anxious, just like a blurry mess, out of focus, and our thoughts just jump from one thing to another. What's going to happen? I don't have a job. How will we survive? Everything feels so unclear. Well, mindfulness, on the other hand, helps us zoom out at that blurry mess and help us to focus on thoughts coming together. Then we are able to see a clearer picture of our life. Let me give you some benefits of being mindful. Number one is it improves our overall well being. It's easier to enjoy the pleasures in life as they happen. It helps you become fully engaged in whatever activities you're in. By focusing on the here and now, you'll find that you are less likely to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. There will be less worries on success or self esteem, and you will be able to form deeper connections with others. Number two is your physical health. Scientists have discovered that mindfulness techniques can help improve physical health. It helps relieve stress, treat heart disease, lower blood pressure, reduce chronic pains, and improve sleep habits. Number three, your mental health. This also helps on depression, substance abuse, eating disorders, relationship conflicts, anxiety disorders, and such. And then number four is spirituality. As we become more in tune and connected to our spiritual self, we become more aware of who we are and what we're supposed to do in this life. That is the biggest benefit of mindfulness spirituality. Then we get a grasp of our self worth generally. And then number five is social mindfulness. It enhances emotional connection to others and empathy. Appreciate that others can have mental states that differ from yours. Service oriented and share resources to others. So, those are the five benefits of mindfulness, which are overall well being, physical health, mental, spiritual, and social. But did you notice that this pandemic has been training us to become mindful? Washing our hands for 20 seconds, feeling the bubbles, making sure our fingers and nails are all clean, using alcohol and sanitizers, disinfecting our clothes, shoes, and everything that we bring in our house. If you think about it, majority of us never do this in the past. I mean, yes, we sanitize and disinfect, but not as often and as OA as now, right? We are now required to look at every single thing that we touch and observe everything around us to make sure that we are practicing social distancing. These gestures and habits are clearly practices of mindfulness. Just being self aware and feel what is happening in that certain moment. We also started praying and asking for guidance, which is part of our spiritual well being. Since we have already started doing mindfulness without us even realizing it, it means that it will be easier for us to practice this, even after this pandemic and on the most difficult times of our lives. No panic, less stress, and less anxiety. Just like what Master Coach A said, that most of us will go through a state of mental gymnasium. Just like the gym, the more you work out, the more you become stronger. And it's the same with this pandemic experience. The more we experience these hardships and start feeling different emotions, then the more we can respond stronger. Yes, stronger than ever. So, I want you to write down two things that you are most worried about. Write it down on a notebook or a piece of paper. And then think about the worst case scenario. Ask yourself and be honest. What's the worst thing that could happen if this transpires? Then make sure to also write it down per item. And then once you already identified what's the worst thing that could happen, then ask yourself, can I deal with this? And what is my solution to this? You know, when we only think about worries and problems, it could really get overwhelming. But once you write it down and really look at it, it becomes smaller than you think. Try it whenever you find yourself worrying about something, and you will find that the problems that you have been obsessing about are not as overwhelming as they seem. Then imagine living a life that you truly desire, always focused and present, just full of joy, gratitude, and kindness. I'm sure you have something that you really want to do or to complete. It could be a project or a task that you have been putting off for a long time. Now is the time to connect to your creativity and start that project. It could be cross stitch, painting, repairs, or maybe you want to redecorate or organize your home, or just do a general cleaning. You can start it right now. Stop worrying and enjoy the moment of now. By the way, for tips on cleaning and organizing, you can check out my YouTube channel, M Bihag. or follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I also offer free coaching consultation. Just feel free to contact me and become more mindful and stress free. Mind over matter no longer has to be a saying that you hear other people talk about. Instead, it can be something that you actively practice to better your life and achieve your goals in the future. I am here to help. Mind over matter. If practiced, it becomes the way of life. If you need coaching services, you may reach me through my Facebook page and Instagram, mbihag, or you may visit our coaching hub, D Cup Coffee Republic, located at Pioneer Center Compound, Capitolio, Pasig City. We offer 24/7 coaching service on demand. 0917-586-1661 is the number to call. Visit Life Coach Philippines or www.globalcoachentrepreneur.org to know more about life coaching and life coach certification program. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you learned something in this video. I would love to know if you have questions. Feel free to contact me. The Pampong!
And we're back. Ayan.
Yan.
Mind over matter really matters. Kasi nga, you really have to train your mind to be positive and to really go on despite our current situation with COVID-19 and the ECQ or the Enhanced Community Quarantine. Di ba, Coach Ram?
Yes, tama yan coach. So, napakalaking bagay talaga nung mindset change na kailangan ng na gawin ng mga tao para imbis na mag-focus sila doon sa negative is mag-focus sila kung ano yung positive side nung ECQ na to. Yan. So, talagang maganda yung talk ni Coach M na yun, yung ating last speaker, yung
Yep.
mom in action. Yan.
Yeah, it really comes up to being mindful of what we have now and really enjoying or savoring the moment by talking positively to yourself. Sabi niya nga, stop, observe, and appreciate. Kasi yun
Yes.
talaga yung kailangan natin. And besides, what COVID has done to us is really to make us pause and make reflections of what our current life is, to be able to
Yes.
really hanapin natin kung saan ba talaga tayo papunta. So it was really
Mm.
timely, although pangit yung katapat ni COVID-19, maganda naman yung naidulot niya sa mga tao because we became more connected with our families, our relationships, and our relationship with God, di ba? Yan, Coach.
Tama.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break again, and then we're gonna go back with the panel discussion. So yung mga speakers natin will be joining us. Yun.
Yan, maganda yan.
So mamaya, so i-ready mo na yung mga dapat mong sabihin at tanong. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. We're gonna be back. We're just gonna take a 5-minute break and then we're gonna go back with the panel discussion. If you have any questions, comments, please do message us. I just want to acknowledge the coaches that we have, or yep, we have Coach Ellen Perez online. We also
Right.
have, I think
Hello,
this is a friend
Coach.
of Coach Ems. Hicham Elabi, and Marjanel Bihag Roldan. So thank you po for watching and supporting Coach M. So see you po later. We're gonna be back.
Wala.
And we're back for the live panel discussion with we have Coach M pa lang. Not sure if the others will be joining. Pero thank you Coach M for joining us this early.
Hello, good morning, Coach. Thank you for joining.
We have
Good
Coach Ram as
morning.
well, my co-host. Ayan. Coach Ram, anong gusto mo itanong kay Coach M? Sige, ako muna. Coach M, how does it feel na nagawa mo yung talk and ano po ba yung feeling nung ginagawa mo yun at you were asked to be a speaker for the summit?
Actually, at first, I was really excited that I will be one of the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And then, while doing the talk and creating the framework and
Mm-hmm.
creating yung flow ng talk, unti-unti ako parang napanghihinaan ng loob. Parang, I felt, it was really difficult because it was my first time to create a talk. So
Ayan na.
parang hi Coach Joy!
Hello,
Ayan,
Coach
hello,
Joy.
Coach.
Hello,
Welcome
Coach
and thank you
M.
for joining
Ayan.
us this early morning.
Yes.
So,
I,
tinatanong muna namin si Coach Ems. Papatapusin muna natin si Coach Ems bago ka namin tanungin.
Sige po.
yes. So yun nga, at first, nakaka-excite siya. And then,
Mm-hmm.
while doing the flow and the content, parang ang dami kasing ideas. I had a lot of ideas in mind. And it was kind of difficult to put it all together para magmukha siyang maganda yung flow. So it was kind of difficult. Pero I made sure that I moved forward kasi I know that there will be a lot of learning. Tapos
Mm-hmm.
having this talk will be able to help others as well. And syempre, ang main purpose naman talaga natin dito is to touch the lives of others, especially in this time of pandemic. So, kaya talagang push pa rin kahit there were difficulties, may technical difficulties din. So, pero syempre, we have to move forward talaga and talagang lahat gagawin para magawa natin.
Yes. Coach Joy, ikaw, how did you feel when you were making the video, your talk? How was it?
Mahirap coach din kasi nga actually as shared sa'yo, 'di ba? Parang
Mm.
nagpa-practice pa ako offline kasi nga I'm not used to it talaga dahil sabi ko nga magpa-practice nga ako ng TikTok para lumakas yung loob ko eh. Kaso wala nang time. Good thing lang din talaga na naramdaman ko yung support ng mga anak ko na talagang lalo na yung bunso na
Mm.
I'm about to give up. Parang sabi ko, sige bayaan mo na kung sayang yung effort. Para sabi ko ganyan. Pero para akong tumutula, sabi ko ganyan. Kasi nga, kailangan ko talagang isulat dahil nga, andun pa rin kasi nga yung anxiety ko. Talagang
Mm.
kinakabahan ako. Pero ang nag-focus talaga ako dun sa ano yung message na maibibigay ko. At the same time, to expose me more. Kasi ito naman na right
Mm.
now yung profession na talagang I wanted to be in, na talagang ito rin yung puso ko. Kaya kahit uncomfortable, na kahit puyat, na pagod, na parang hindi ko alam kung tama ba yung avenue ko, parang ito yung moment ko nung time na yun na parang pero nung binabalikan ko lang yung video ko, nung ni-review ko, sabi ko parang may kulang pero yun na siya na parang yun nga yung talagang dapat give your best. Pero that time, siguro yun na talaga yung best ko. Kaya nga, kinakabahan kasi ako. But I made it! Ang saya-saya!
Yeah, it's really a big win for Coach Joy that she was able to overcome her anxiety. Dito effective yung talk mo Coach Ems, mind over matter. She was able to be mindful and
Yes, correct.
overcome the anxiety that she has. So she was able to join us in the talk. I just want to say hi to Master Coach Kendra. She's watching
Ayan.
right
Good
now.
morning, Coach. Good
Good
morning.
Hi,
morning, Coach
Master Coach
Kendra.
Kendra.
Ayan. Ayan.
So Coach K
Hello
then
po,
is
good morning.
saying
Ayan, Coach K.
hi to Master Coach and of course the fellow coaches. Kanina pa to si Coach K, grabe talaga yung support niya sa atin. Thank you Coach K, thank you so much. And then si Coach Rizal din, thank you so much. So
Thank
yan,
you, Coaches.
so kanina it was about how you are feeling about nung time na nagsulat kayo and all and the talk, recording the talk. So ngayon, after it, how do you feel now? Sino gustong mauna?
Coach, Coach Joy.
Coach Joy, how do you feel now that
Ah,
you were able to do it?
Fulfilling po, coach, kasi actually nung pinapanood ko na kanina yung sarili ko, talagang kinakabahan pa din ako. Parang kahit sabi mo na naka-air na siya
Mm.
na yung ang saya ng pakiramdam talaga. Then, at the same time, parang yung kung ano yung message ko, though hindi ko lang din talaga nga na-expound more of the about the pandemic. Pero actually, yun na yung
Yeah.
sa loob ko na parang kasi on a positive note talagang
Mm.
yung state ko right now kasi positive talaga ako na parang na-start talaga ako na ma-prepare. Kaya nga
Mm.
yung power ko na yon na within me, hindi ako much affected talaga dun sa nangyayari ngayon. Pero may pakialam naman ako for others at nagko-connect ako dun sa talagang may mga issue with fears na talagang paano na yung next. I mean, yung work nila, yung
Mm.
relationship, yung financial status, yung mga
Mm.
ganong bagay.
Yun. Ikaw, Coach M, how did it feel after you were able to make it?
Same din, it was very fulfilling. And yung nakita kong natapos ko siya, I wasn't really expecting it
Mm.
na magagawa ko talaga yon. And ang sarap ng feeling that I was able to do it and share it to others na maraming mga nanonood, ganyan,
Mm.
and makakapag-touch ng live. Ngayon natapos na siya, it was parang ano pa din siya, parang hindi pa rin ako makapaniwala na nangyari yon. And ang daming realizations, ang daming learnings and reflections na I had to, parang kailangan ko siyang gawin in the future, para ganun, to make it better. Parang
Yes.
ang daming learnings talaga. Like, preparing
Yes.
really early, para if in case of technical difficulties and issues that come up, meron pa ring
Mm-mm.
time, and if ever there are adjustments, magagawan pa rin ng paraan. So, yun yung mga
Yes.
learning talaga na nakuha ko rin on this experience. It was a great experience. And I'm very thankful to Life Coach Philippines for giving me the opportunity to be one of the speakers. Kasi, syempre rare din yung magkaroon ka ng ganitong klaseng opportunity. And for me, talagang I make
Mm-mm.
sure I grab it. Kasi sayang sayang din yung mabibigay natin ng mga wisdom and help dun sa mga sa community natin and to the others that are watching na right now we're here in this situation. So maganda na at least meron tayong mga positive na nadidinig and we get knowledge and wisdom dun sa mga taong na nag-go through din sa ganong sitwasyon.
Ayun.
Yes.
Coach Ram.
Galing, no? So, ang ganda ng ano, no, 'di ba? Ang sabi nga nila, ang sarap ng pakiramdam na natapos nila yung mga ano nila, yung mga presentation nila, 'di ba? Pwede na sila mapakanta ng ang gaan-gaan ng feeling. Ganyan. No?
Sana naman.
Ano, no? So,
Yeah, ang
ayan.
saya.
So,
Correct.
so ganun, total naman magaan na yung feeling nyo. So, ang ano ko sa inyo is what did you discover about yourself more after nyo magawa yung mga presentation nyo? Ano yung mga bago nyong natuklasan sa sarili nyo?
Okay, ako muna. Actually, yung mga core values ko talagang lumabas. Yung lalo na yung perseverance saka determination na I'm about to give up na that time. Pero sabi ko nga, mas nanaig pa rin talaga yung positivity mo na
Mm.
you have a purpose in this, na parang hindi naman to para sa'yo. Na parang showing or delivering your message na you could touch many lives, na parang ito naman din nga yung puso natin, aligned with the profession as a life coach, na as I shared nga na may nagawa itong magical sa akin na transformation, na unang-una talaga yung self-love talaga. Kumbaga parang I can't wait any longer, na parang I want more people would experience kung ano yung gaano ka magic yung magic na naramdaman ko, na ano yung detalye nito, na parang excited kang to share to the world, na talagang there's healing, there's harmonious relationship na mangyayari, and discovering more of yourself, na talagang you'll be witnessing the real beauty of life once you discovered more of yourself, appreciating yourself, and yung connecting ka most especially do sa mga sa closest mo, which is your family, relatives, and friends. thankful din talaga ako na parang after nga actually nung kahit wala pang tulog nung nag-reflect ako, sabi ko, at first na talagang thankful ako dun sa opportunity na talagang kahit kabadong-kabado ako na I'm not used to it nga as shared na ang galing lang talaga nung mga moments na yon na talagang wow, talagang pagkatapos nung positive talaga ako na talagang ang saya-saya ng pakiramdam ko na yung grateful heart ko, yung pag-journal ko nga everyday na parang uh, nakukope ko actually yung mga panic attack ko at times na talagang and I'm moving forward talaga with this positivity and this grateful heart in me. Thank you. Thank you, Life Coach Philippines. Thank you to Master Coach A. And to the tribe, Coach Team.
You're welcome, Coach. Si Coach M.
Coach M
Actually,
naman.
yung na-discover ko talaga is yung experience na to, it was a great example of mind over matter talaga. Yung topic ng talk ko, na test siya dito
Mhm.
sa experience na to because there were a lot of technical issues and yun nga yung sinabi ko kanina that there were struggle in me in creating the content. Parang mind over matter talaga yung
Yeah.
tumulong din sa akin. And of course, like yung sinabi ni Coach Joy, core values talaga. Parang
Yeah.
dun mo madidiscover kung ano ba talaga yung core values na meron ka para ma-surpass mo tong challenge na to and plus
Mhm.
ma-deliver mo siya. 'Di ba? Hindi naman kailangan na perfect. It doesn't necessarily need to be
Yeah.
perfect. Pero as long as you can touch lives and you can really relay your content and what you want to say, yun yung importante talaga doon.
Yun.
Ang galing.
Sabi nga ni
So,
Coach Kendra kanina, ano eh, you may not be seasoned speakers, but you are already speakers. Kasi nagawa nyo nga yung Global Virtual Coaching
Yes,
Summit.
yeah,
Coach
correct.
Ram,
Oo.
tama. Ang galing. So, follow-up question, no? So, nagawa nyo na tong virtual coaching summit. So, you have found yung new discovery sa sarili nyo. Siguro, mas confident na kayo, no? So, what is
Yeah.
next? Ano, di ba? Ano yung next level up ninyo after nitong ano?
ayan. May challenge
Uh,
si Coach Ram sa inyo. What's next?
ano yung what's next? Yung level up.
Ako
Uh,
ba muna?
pwede
Okay,
Okay,
naman,
Coach.
no?
sige. What's next to me? Actually, may mga goals na ako na ginagawa right now na yun nga as I develop yung confidence in me na into this profession nga ng life coaching to get through dun sa mga kakilala ko right now na in need of this kind of help na align din sa akin na yung you want to discover the self tapos yung may mga issues with parenting sa mga relationship with the kids. Actually meron na ako in mind na talagang inuunti-unti ko na sila na ini-introduce na parang I can help na parang actually it can be of the method talaga ito ng paying at saka pay it forward na alam mo naman kung sino yung capable right now. Lalo nga ngayon sa pagkabalik natin, 'di ba? Parang
Mhm.
actually tinanong ko din sa sarili ko to kung nung time na yun, it's a matter of belief kung kaya mo ba at the same time sino yung magiging target mo
Parang naghang si Coach
Uy,
Joy. Coach Joy?
nga.
oo nga, na
Yes.
iniwalaan mo na makakatulong. Okay na,
Yes.
nawawala.
Yep.
Sorry.
Ayan.
Nawala ka kanina eh.
Ano ng
Apo.
konti. Pero sige lang, nagets naman namin yung ano, yung message
Message.
ni Coach Joy.
Yes. Connecting na ako sa mga ka-align ko with my discovery to myself tsaka
Yep.
relationship.
Yan. Coach
Okay.
M.
As a question on what's next, for me kasi parang, 'di ba, I'm an aspiring YouTuber kasi, content creator. So, ang topic ko on YouTube is more of organizing, cleaning,
Mhm.
gano'n. And ito na nagawa ko yung talk na 'to with this video, I felt na para siyang stepping stone for me to create more talks and more videos
Ayan.
on inspirations, on coaching. So, yun yung nakikita ko na possible kong gawin na na soon, yung hindi long term, medyo short term siya kasi I mean, I can create like other contents na and create a video tapos pwede ko na siyang i-upload. So I think that's the next step sa akin ng short-term goal.
Mm. So, basically kasi yung mga talk niyo talaga was revolving around core values eh. Si Coach Joy, ganun din. Si Coach M, part din siya ng core value niya na ano, part kasi si mindfulness ng core value din. Eh. So,
Mindfulness.
it was really more of finding a positive response to the current situation. So, hindi sila nag-focus dun sa, syempre may makikita ka talagang negative sa yung negative result ni COVID-19, ito nga yung ECQ and then yung may death, hindi talaga mawawala yan. Pero on the
Yes.
other end, nakita natin kung ano yung mga values na tumulong sa kanila to really move or propel forward. Tama nga naman na if
Yes.
we just stay over here, sa current situation natin at hindi tayo kikilos, wala talagang mangyayari sa atin. Ganun pa din. So, how are you seeing life now after COVID-19? Anong changes kaya yun? Who wants to answer po? Anyway,
Sige naman,
we're
sige
gonna
naman.
be, final words na lang siguro to our audience out there for the COVID-19 because we will gonna be ending this before 8 o'clock. Magsisend po kami ng bagong link. So for those who are watching, you can access the link po dito sa comment section. StreamYard kasi only allows 8 hours sa Facebook. So we have to
Facebook.
change links sa StreamYard. So, yun, final words po for our audience who have watched your
Yeah.
talk.
Coach, my
Okay.
message siguro, ay sorry,
Yun lang
my
po.
Sige,
message
sige.
to everyone then is right now I noticed that we become more spiritual. Parang sa TV, when you watch the TV, may mga prayers na. Naalala ko when I was really young, meron nun eh. Tapos, growing up, nawala. Nawala yung prayer sa TV, like every 3 p.m., 12, di ba, ganun meron siyang prayers. And right now, bumalik siya. Tapos parang people became more spiritual in terms of going to mass kahit online, through YouTube, through Facebook, nagmamass talaga sila. So my message would be siguro to retain that even after the COVID-19. Let's still connect to God and be connected to Him talaga consistently and hindi lang during these tough times. Talagang kahit ano pang oras yan, we should always connect to Him and dapat talaga siya yung laging nauuna.
Yun. Thank you, Coach M.
Yes.
Ikaw, Coach Joy.
Thank you,
Final
Coach.
words or message.
For me, be resilient. Even itong negativity na nangyayari sa buhay natin. Actually, problems, it may seem, diba? Pero these are the problems that blessing in disguise actually, na parang akala lang natin to, it brings mga issues natin sa buhay, about financials, mga ano na yung mangyayari next sa trabaho, sa global economics and everything. Pero maybe itong mga positivity nito magsa-shine ito pagtapos na itong ECQ natin. And I am hopeful for that kasi it happened to me na talagang hindi tayo pababayaan ni God. Na talagang we hold on to that promise na tatawid tayo dito. And God is good all the time.
God is good. Tama naman talaga yon. As sabi nga kanina ni Coach Kendra, ni Master Coach Kendra in her talk, it's more of, her talk kasi revolves around spirituality, faith and love. And she shares 3 stories about faith, like Noah, the ark of, the ark, Noah created the ark, and the ark is a symbol of the physical, it's a physical depiction of the faith that Noah has in God. Kasi hindi niya nga alam talaga kung totoo nga na may darating na storm pero naniwala siya kay God and he hold on to that faith. Second is yung story ng sick boy, yung dinala siya ng father niya kay Jesus Christ. That boy has been sent to a lot of doctors pero lagi siyang may seizure and all. So when he brought the kid to Jesus Christ, andun yung part niya na may unbelief eh. Sabi niya nga kay God, I believe, heal my unbelief. May ganun siya. So, alam mo yung vulnerability that I know this is happening, but I believe, I have faith. And then the last one is
Yes.
Deborah. She has a lot of things to do, pero nagawa niya yung lahat ng role na yun because she has faith in God. Si God lang din talagang pinanghawakan niya. So, this COVID-19 is really teaching us about going back to our basic, our roots,
Yes.
like our family, our relationship with God, and to really, it's teaching us on really how to focus and see what matters most in our life. So, yun
Mm-mm.
po siya.
Yes.
So even
Yes.
if it's a negative thing that COVID-19 is a sickness, it's a virus, but at the
Mm-mm.
end, you could always see the beauty that there's really something positive coming out of it. And
Yes.
in this COVID-19, we do hope that a lot of lives will be transformed, that a lot of families will be healed, especially the relationship. Yun po. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much, coaches, for joining us. Unfortunately,
Yan.
hindi po nakasali si Coach Vlad and Coach F. But
Coach
we're so
M.
happy that you
Yan.
said yes to the challenge of joining us
Yes.
in the second Global Virtual Coaching Summit. We hope to see more of you.
Yes,
Yes. Thank
definitely.
you. Thank
Thank
you
you very
po.
much.
Thank you so much, Coach Teen,
Thank
Coach
you.
Ram, Coach
Thank
Joyce.
you.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you
you.
sa
Thank
See you
you.
inyo.
Thank
sa
you,
wala
Coach
ng
M.
COVID.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yun, Coach Ram, thank you so much for
Yan.
joining me and being my co-host today. We will have
Yes.
to wrap it up because we will be changing the StreamYard link. So I
Yes.
just want to invite everyone, for everyone out there, you can join us on the 40-hour run. We have 40 hours for this um, coaching summit. This will continue until April 6th at 4 p.m. We have 40 change agent, 40 transformational messages, 40 hours of nonstop learning, and we are also streaming to two YouTube channels that's under Coach A and Coach AI Connect. So please do join us. Please check
Yan.
the comment section. We have the link. We will post the new link there for the StreamYard so that you can join us online. So thank you so
Yes.
much, Coach Ram.
Thank you. Thank you rin po, Coach Tit. Maraming salamat
All
sa
right. So we
experience.
will be
Yan.
back. We will just have a 10-minute break for the transition. We will continue with our segment three. Thank
See
you. Bye
you.
bye.
Bye-bye.